decks, all listed in the description box below. But what we're going to do is take a look at your journey through this life. Now, those of you who are not familiar with the Fool's Journey through the Major Arcana, I highly recommend you Google that, because that is what this reading is inspired by. We're going to look at what Aries' journey is through the Major Arcana this lifetime. So, the Fool card, he's standing on his little hourglass. He's got all the time in the world. His life is just beginning. All the experiences he's going to have in this life, he's selecting. He's put his mask on. He has his costume to play the role for this lifetime. And then now here you see where he has transitioned. His time has run out. He has gained all his lessons and experiences. He's shedding his mask as he returns to the divine. So, Aries, let's see what your life journey entails. What major arcana energies are you working with this lifetime? So this will just be an overall energies, and then we'll break it down into the different sectors of your life. So, Aries. What is Aries' life journey? So we have the Starseed, and I feel like this has come out for you before in like past life or Map of Destiny or one of those. So we have Starseed here, a soul that is definitely from out of this world, for some of you who really identify with the Starseed or Indigo belief system. For others of you, this is indicating energy of the new, a perfect representation of the Aryan energy, where you are here to make your mark and, change the energy of all of humanity in some way. You are like a new egg, a new gift to humanity, new energy coming in. So this is, one of your overarching energies that you work with this lifetime. So highly significant. Wow, and then look at this. We have the Great Wheel. So with this, it could mean that your life is going to have many kind of like ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. When you have abundance, you are really abundant. When times are lean, times are lean. But always, it's kind of like luck is on your side. You're more lucky than not, okay? And also with the Great Wheel, you might be interested in the Great Mysteries. And then look at this, Aries, your own card. This is the Emperor, which is your energy in the Major Arcana. And here it is coming out as one of your own overall energies. So, your own sun sign is very strong and prominent in your life. You are definitely here to shake things up. Also, the Emperor comes great responsibility, Aries. So you are meant to be a leader if that is what you so choose to do. Okay, so let's look at your finance and career. What are those energies for Aries? Finance and career. It's hard to shuffle just the major arcana. It's only 22 of them. Okay. Okie dokes. So, we have the Hanged Man. So, for many of you, this might mean that you struggle trying to find your niche in life, like the career that you really want, where you really feel like you fit in. Or this could be you have your career, but you search for the company that you fit in. You see here the Fool is all, tangled up, and he's dropping his mask. And you see the mirror here, and the hourglass is on its side there. So you know, this is like time standing still for some of you in regards to career and finance. So this could mean like you don't start working till later in life. You, at some point in your career, you decide what you're doing just isn't for you, and you're trying to come into a new perspective of what direction you would like to move. Some of you, this could indicate that you might have struggle moving up the ladder, but this is not like a bad energy or anything like that. It's saying you are working with this energy. You chose this energy in the area of your career and finance. So let's see what accompanies that Hanged Man. So we have Justice here. Right away, this definitely can mean that many of you are in the legal system somehow, some way. It could be a police officer, a judge, a social worker. There's a lot of different career paths in the, justice system. You could also be political with this. But this here coming as, the energy, this is like there's, I don't like to say past life karma. Past life energies is a better term that come into your career and finance sector. So it's something that you were working on in your past life is carrying over into this life. So it's like a continuation of that lesson. But with this is like the balancing of energy. So if you shafted in your past life, this might be where you are kind of doing good and you might receive an unexpected shaft out of nowhere. If you were shafted in past life, this might be where you get this unexpected blessing kind of out of nowhere. This is a balancing of energy somehow, some way, and this is an energy you're working with in your career and finance sector. So also with this, there could be some struggle to balance work and family for you. That's definitely what this could mean. But let's see what else we have. Wow, and then we have Judgment. Yes, definitely karmically tied to your past life. Energies, lessons, and it's like you have this go around. It's more to like balance the energy, honestly. And when it comes, whatever way it's going, I think that's what the Hanged Man has to do with mainly is this is kind of put you in this place of suspension, and it could be that you're trying to decide to switch career, or this could be where you have some sort of lawsuit you bring against a company that you work for at some point in your career. This could be you becoming self-employed. You're tired of the grind, okay? It's different energy for all of you. But with Justice and Judgment both coming out, it's past life energy, 100% that you're working with in the now. And coming through as an Aries, I really feel like you're trying to rework like a decision that you made previous with this energy. Not to say that you made a bad decision or you were scandalous. It's the Hanged Man is all about a different perspective. So it's like you want this energy so you can see it from a different level, okay? Because you're rising higher, coming through as the Emperor. You're very strong in your own energy. So let's pull some cards to look at your romantic partnerships and your intimate energies that you're working with for this lifetime. Yeah, with that starseed, that makes perfect sense with that Hanged Man over there with the career. It's like energy from the past life, but you are like, it's alchemy, you're transmuting it. It's a different perspective. You're going to make a different choice. It will have a different outcome this time. Hence the great will as well. we have the Sun card coming out. And this is a great card for intimate energy. This is saying that you will be quite fulfilled in your romantic affairs for the most part. Doesn't mean you won't have your heartaches, but you're going to have some really great connections, Aries. This could also speak about one particular connection that is just like the ultimate, you know. But we have to pull more cards to get more info. And next we have the Tower. This is now I'm saying, oh, great relationships, but they're complicated. And then we have the Hermit. So far we have not had any repeats. You guys are the first sign of that. Again, it's a new perspective, changing the energy. Anyways, back to our intimate energies over here. So Aries, what I see here is you are definitely going to have some awesome connections, okay? But there's challenge with that, and this could be either your own behavior or the behavior that you experience from your partners. But this is a card of like betrayal and deception. So even though, you know, we might be in love, maybe we will stray or we get strayed upon. And again, it's not because you lack any sort of worth or anything like that. In these experiences, there's growth for your soul. And as we come here to the Hermit, it's whatever deception or betrayal takes place, it's like the ultimate severance of that tie. Either, you know, if somebody betrays you, you get to that place of end all, no repair. Or, you know, if you betrayed somebody who really loved you, it's like they eventually cut you off. But what I see here is a lot of fun, a lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of good times, a lot of great connections, you know. But then here comes some challenge, and whatever that brings for you, it's like it puts you in this period of time out where you really reevaluate relationships, romantic relationships in general, what they mean to you, what intimacy is, because it looks like you are just really having a good time. You know, you have this great wheel, so depending on where you're at on that wheel is what's going to dictate the experience that you are seeking. And if you've been playing around, the wheel stops. Well, you move to a certain part of the wheel never stops, and you just come into this clarity of, you know, not taking love and sex and connection and people's emotions for you for granted. I mean, we all do that at some point in our life. It's just part of the human experience. Or this here is where, you know, you were burned and it really put you in a time out. But you would not come into this energy if it did not serve some greater purpose. So let's continue pulling cards to see what else comes out for Aries, because we're building your story still. We got a bit to go. So let's look at the primary energies you are working with from a soul perspective, like your spirituality, your religion, that type of stuff. Alright, so we have the Lovers. Here we have the Hanged Man. Okay, so we have our first repeating card, the Hanged Man. So that is a energy that's playing out in your finance and career and in your spirituality. And then here we have that Wheel of Fortune. So that is definitely a strong energy for you, Aries. Okay, with this here, I feel you start out believing one thing, okay? You might be raised in a specific religion, or maybe you're not raised under any religion at all, okay? It's just like there's this predominant force of energy of what you follow in regards to religion or spirituality, or even if you are an atheist, okay? And then we come to this place where, again, we stop. It's time for a new perspective. It's like what we're working with, the belief system we're working with, like we can't move forward any more with it. Like it's, I can't push through. And the Hanged Man energy is all about, again, that new perspective, the sacrifice. What do I need to change about myself? You know, how do I need to see this situation different? This is different for each one of you because this is a general reading. But your belief system in regards to the other side is going to change. And with the Lovers here, this could be one of two things for me. There's either a romantic partnership that you get involved with and their belief system or religious practice really resonates with you, and you go into contemplation mode, you know, is that the route for me? And you might very well jump on that bandwagon. However, for others of you, what this represents to me is, again, it's like you believed one thing, but your heart never really fully aligned to that belief system, and it's just a conflict, and then it puts you in the place of the Hanged Man because you do need a different perspective, because what follows that is the Wheel of Fortune. So in regards to your spirituality, you are meant to have a great shift, okay? To elevate, to go to a higher perspective. And that's part of your energy overall. So in essence, in career and finance, the struggle, the challenge is because you have this shift. So it's a coming into understanding perspective, and when that takes place, you elevate your vibration, okay, which changes your spot on the great wheel here. And when you change your spot on the great wheel, that's when the energies of your life changes and what you experience. So you signed up for this struggle and challenge in career and finance and spirituality. Now, this doesn't mean you're going to be broke or that you're going to hate your job. It's just you will experience challenges here. Challenges that grow you, okay? Whatever happens in the way that challenges you is like, you know, just, it's really hard when this is general. You're just really going to change. The experiences you go through are really going to change you, and you're ultimately going to be a very fair and just person, you know, especially if you are in management, because you do have that energy about you to be a leader. It's just, there is some delay, some holdback. Maybe you don't go to college until later in life, okay? It's something like that. And then you come down here in the spirituality, and it's very similar. It's like head and heart don't match, so we go into this Hanged Man energy, and we come into the perspective, and that allows us to elevate our energy. You change your spot on the wheel, and now you're in a new place spiritually. So let's take a look at the other relationships in your life, like friends, family, co-workers, acquaintances, you know, everything other than romance. So we have the Moon, the Fool. So Starseed, Fool, you got that twice. So Fool, Wheel of Fortune, and Hanged Man. And look at here, we have the World. I love the Fool right next to the World. Love it. Aries, like I said, these hang-ups, it's because at some point you're gonna change. Like, if you're struggling, that's gonna change for you, okay? Like, your life is really about a lot of new beginnings and completions of old energy from past life, like stuff you were working on past life. Now, showing up here in your relationships, this tells me, and I'm just seeing this like in every person's reading, your relationships, the people that are your people, that you consider your people, it's because of a special connection. We have the Moon here, okay? Also with this, there's a lot that you are going to hide from people. Not in a deceptive way, but, you know, you're just going to be very selective about who you allow to know you all the way down into your soul, okay? Very few are ever going to know you that deeply. And it's not that they won't want to, it's just that you are like not interested in that. Very few will truly know who Aries is all the way deep down in that soul. Very few. You will not expose that to many, okay? With this, you're going to have a lot of friendships. You could have a lot of, like, friendships across the world, friendships, family connections. But this energy here is just like you have a full life of a lot of different connections. And it's not negative energy. Like, I don't see the challenge here, you know, that I see, like, here. And this isn't even really a challenge. It's just like slower moving energy because it's building, it's completing, and it just moves slower. Same with the spirituality, it moves slower. Romance is great, a lot of fun, but a little bit of challenge. We come down here to these. It's not to say there's no challenge, but, you know, ultimately you complete like an entire cycle of soul growth in your, you know, relationships. You have the Fool and the World back to back, like they're side by side. So, you know, that also means too, you'll know a lot of people, but, you know, you'll probably cut them off quickly. Like, I just feel like this energy, there's a lot of people in and out of Aries' life. It's not a bad energy, it's just you're going to know a lot of people are going to know you. You're going to be very worldly, probably. Some of you might speak several languages, actually, just because of different connections that you have. You're going to travel. Like, man, I don't see an Aries that doesn't go on some vacations in this life for sure. And with the Great Wheel, times two, you're going to have a lot of shifts and unexpected surprises. And, you know, they don't have to be negative. They could be quite positive. It's just, it will always work out. Like, don't fret, don't stress. So let's pull, like, you came here to have fun, you know, and it's like, do I have to adult, really? Like, I don't want to. Not saying you won't and that you're not responsible, because we do have this here. I'm just saying it's like with that starseed energy and just the vibe of this in general, it's like, I want to have fun, you know, this is rigid, people need to lighten up, and, it's like, you know, a 6-year-old trying to sit through an hour Catholic Mass is how I feel for you with this energy. It's ultimately leading to your benefit, right? But man, it's like you don't have the patience or interest for it. You're like, good Lord, why does this have to take this long? Or, I've invested so much into this. Like, it's just an energy like that. A 6-year-old trying to sit through an hour or 2-hour mass and just being like, oh, shoot me in the head now, please. But you come into your own, Aries. You do. You find your niche. You find your way. It's just you're working on some stuff, and you want to play instead. It's just like, why has everybody got to be so serious about everything? Like, you are the epitome of the inner child, and that's so strong with that starseed. And people should jump on your energy, but instead, I just feel like people are going to try to mold your energy and tell you who to be and these various things, and you're like, no, I march to the beat of my own drum. I feel the path of my life, like my soul moves in its own time. Like, you just have a sense of that great wheel that you are attached to. Alright, so let's see what comes out. Yeah, here's that Fool card again. In the Dreams of Gaia, it's labeled a different, it's not called Fool, it's called Choice, but yep, this here is that energy of, I want to explore everything. I want to do it all. I want to live my life. I want to have fun. I want to have adventure. Right off the bat, like, that is in your DNA. And love, yes, love, romantic love is going to be a very important part of your journey, okay? It's not to say you don't have soulmate twin flame, but I feel like for Aries, you guys are going to have like a lot of different relationships and romances throughout your life. And, I'm sure you will get with somebody very special, but your energy, your primary energy that you're working with is for experience, and a lot of it. And so what I say is, like, you coming through as a sun sign Aries, that doesn't mean that everything that is said about an Aries is true about you. It's just an overall energy. That's what I'm looking at here, is your overall is to have a lot of experiences, a lot of connections, a lot of different interactions in a romantic way. Again, it's like we've worked with this energy before, but we're coming in to see it from a new perspective to make a different choice. Wow, look at that. And you have death and rebirth. Yeah, this pairs so nicely with the Hanged Man and these great wills. It's like any stagnation, it will change, okay? The wheel is always going to turn in your favor. You just have to hang in there when it's, you're on the bottom of that wheel, because the wheel never stops turning. And then we have the Maiden. Yeah, so Aries, listen, if you have lots of struggles early on, don't even stress, don't even sweat it, because with that death and rebirth and then the Maiden, it's just, you will have this renewal. Things will always work out for you, and you will see that as you move through life. When you look back on your past, you'll realize that things ultimately always do work out for you. But I want to preface that when you allow yourself to go into this Hanged Man state, and I feel like it's so strong for you because your energy is like, go, 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 let's move forward, let's get things done, very ambitious, very adventurous, very spontaneous. And you need this Hanged Man energy to slow you down, because sometimes when you're moving so quickly, you can make some reckless and careless decisions, And if you don't take a moment and stop and reflect, you know, you could just get really reckless with your life. And so I feel like the Hanged Man energy is there. It's like you're conscious, okay? The Hanged Man is totally Aries conscious and what stops you and makes you think, okay? So we're going to see how you transition through each sector of your life. This is the vice versa tarot, so it's front and back. I am going to use this as the back as I shuffle. I try not to look at them. It confuses me, so. So, here we have the Great Will once again. So you have that ×3 Aries, lots of destiny in your life. So this is about career and finance. Now, on this side of the card, because there's two, okay? On this side, this is basically saying that there's some things that you just won't understand. There's some things you just can't have. And trying to fight against that will only leave you in despair and wear you out, okay? Because we all make the choice to jump on the Great Will, and it's like, you got it ×3 now. And the wheel is guarded by the Sphinx, and, you know, these gods here. And you just have to accept some things as they are, okay? And you will, because this is how you transition. So you will come into this understanding of the Great Will, your place on it, and how, you know, it's attached to everything that happens in your life. The things that you're blocked from, the things that challenge you, the blessings, the unexpected surprises, like all of it, okay? You might not be able to predict which, you know, what's happening with the wheel, but you will come into an acceptance of, you know, your destiny, what you chose for this life. It's like you're really just going to know that at some point. It's like everything will make sense. You don't have the Wheel of Fortune 3 times for nothing, okay? Now, this here is attached to your romance and intimacy. And what this is saying, because here our hermit is on his journey, and then, you know, here he is now looking over the valley from the high perspective of the mountain, and he also has the moon there, you know, his intuition, the guidance, and he's earned the golden egg down here. So what this is telling me, Aries, is yes, you will have some challenge in your romantic situations. However, all of those experiences is pushing you into greater spirituality when it comes to romance and partnership. Because this side of the card, this hermit, cannot proceed forward without spirituality being a very big part of his life. And so what this is saying, being attached to your romance, is you come into this place. I'm not surprised, because look, we have the hermit, so you have the hermit twice here in your romance, where you come into this place of having a different respect and understanding about what relationships are. Some of you, it's because you played games and broke hearts mostly. Others of you, you didn't honor and value yourself enough, and others played games and broke hearts with you. Either situation puts you into the hermit stance, which is this side, which is right here. This is where the hermit goes up high. One, because he needs solitude, he needs the inner journey, he needs healing, he needs wisdom. But two, it's because, you know, who cares about me? They have to reach me. They have to work hard for me. So your experiences put you in the stance, regardless of who you were being, okay? And now, as you go through life, you come to this place where you ultimately have a great respect and understanding of what romantic love truly is, what it means in your life, what it's all about. But more than that, you also have honor and value for yourself, and you won't tolerate games and being treated less than you are truly worth, Aries. So this is a beautiful transition of energy right here. So Great Wheel times 2, Hermit times 2, and Hanged Man. Or Great Wheel times 3, Hermit times 2, and Hanged Man times 2. So spirituality, the way we transition, yeah, this is like a second chance at something, a different look, a new light. Something is lost, but we're gained here. This to me is like you let your original religious belief system or spiritual belief system that you grew up with, or even if you were an atheist, whatever that was, it dies. It transitions into something else. Okay, an entirely new belief system or religious practice. Not surprised. And now this here is attached to your relationships, and this is the star. This here, Aries, again, there's an element of your energy that is very alluring and attractive to others, okay? And also, you have this guardian angel guiding you, through the process of your life. And so many of your friendships, they're going to change you, okay? Because on this side, this is, all about healing. And she's pouring the water into the river here, and she's pouring water onto the earth. Healing of the emotional body, healing of, the physical body. And then on this side, that has all taken place. And now the wish comes true. Okay, so with this, you're going to be a very generous friend, but also as you transition through life, mature, grow spiritually, you are going to be very, very blessed with true blue friends at some point in your life. If not, some of these connections will be made early on and go all the way through with you in life. Others, you'll make these connections along the way, but this is like Aries is very blessed in regards to the friends that are their people. Okay, so that's quite nice energy. Actually, I really like your reading, Aries. Let's take a look at the energy that you transition back into the non-physical with. Look at that. Victory. Victory, Aries. You achieve everything that you set out to achieve. So, no matter what it looks like, believe that you are following your path. You are... Oh, sorry. It's just the late that yawn jumped right out. I do apologize. You are meant for success, and you will have success as you transition from this life back into the non-physical. I'm just looking at everything here. With the Great Wheel 3 times, very blessed, okay? Challenge again is because you need to learn or understand something. And it all like smooths out for you. It really does. You complete all of this that you brought from the past life, the lesson of that. You definitely complete that and finish that and have victory there. Have some really awesome friendships. You come into a very deep and profound understanding about romantic love, and what happens for Aries when that takes place? Because we end up a hermit twice there, and I don't want to be like, yeah, Aries, you come to this point where you just ain't getting laid no more, period, in the story. Like, with those energies, it could definitely represent a drought season where you ain't getting no booty for quite some time. But I don't want to end it there. I just can't leave it there. Like, what comes after that hermit, after that deep introspection that you do in that area? What happens after that? I love it. We got the star again. Thank you, universe. So, what that tells me, Aries, is not only ultimately do your friendships level out, even out, and they're beautiful blessings, once this journey of the hermit in regards to romance takes place inside of you, you have the star again. So it's like the ultimate harmony in your love and romance. So you achieve that in all relationship, okay? In your romance, in your friendships, in your family, what needs to let go of, emotional baggage that needs to be released, like you do it, you do the work, and you are born anew. And I would say you're not coming out as the child card, you're coming out as the maiden, because you have not lost any of the wisdom that you have gained through this whole journey. Okay, when you do rebirth into something new, a new belief system, really solid friendships, solid love, and then, finally, did you see that? That hanged man energy falls away, Aries. It falls away. Absolutely beautiful reading. Very eventful life, full of a lot of people, full of a lot of fun, full of a ton of experiences. But that's what you came for. And you will have great responsibility, and you definitely have it in you, Aries, to be a leader. So I'm going to put that hanged man reversed, because you are going to beat that energy. So